what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make an anvil statue. Why, you're probably asking yourself. I don't know. If you want to make it, here's what you're going to need. You're actually only going to be needing one colour, and here are my two suggestions. Either use cyan stained clay, or use dark grey wool. I'm personally going to be using the clay as I made my original in dark grey and I want to see how it looks in clay. However, if you do want a slightly better colour match, use dark grey wool, but that's up to you of course. So once you've figured out whatever material you're going to be using, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'll be making it right here, you're going to want to do a row of 12 whatever material you chose in a row on the floor, so that's 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just like that. And once you have your row of 12, this is what you want to do next. So figure out which side is going to be the front side of your anvil. Personally, this is going to be the front side of my anvil, where I've just placed that single block of clay. Once you've determined that, come all the way around to the back of your anvil. Take the first and the 12th blocks in your row of 12 and extend each one of those blocks towards where the back of the anvil is going to be, each by 11, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, just like that. And once you have your two rows of 11, just connect them each together like this, one side to the other, to give you this nice 12 by 12 square shape on the ground. Once you have your square, you then want to add 3 additional layers of material on top of that square. So that's 1, 2, 3, and now I'm just going to fill all of those rows that I've just marked out in. And it's going to take a little while. So once you have your 12 by 12 square on the ground, you want to do, well, essentially 3 more rows directly on top of that square. So what we will end up with is 4 rows of 12, again, clay or dark grey wool, maybe even stone. Stone might look alright, although it probably wouldn't match very well. Or pink wool. I'm always a fan of making stuff out of pink wool. Why? Nobody expects it, that's why. I'm not a particular fan of the colour, I'm particularly fan of the reactions, but I think we've just about done it. Yep, there we go. So once you've reached this point right here, once you've done your 3 rows, this is what you want to do next. So now we want to add 2 horizontal rows on the front right here and on the back of our anvil. So just to give you guys a top view, you just want to add those 2 rows of clay that I've just added there on the front and the back top portion of the anvil. So now the empty space at the top of our anvil, it's more of a rectangular shape than it is a square shape. Once you've added those 2 rows, we now basically want to do this. So we now kind of, and this is hard to explain guys, we want to trace around the empty space left at the top of our anvil with our clay 1 row higher than the actual empty space itself. So what you want to end up with is something that should look exactly like that. And I'm sure that you guys can see what I've done there, but it's kind of difficult to put into words, or at least it is for me. Once you have that though, and I'm sure that you guys can see exactly what I've done there, I've just kind of like traced around the rectangular shape that we had at the top of our anvil. Once you've done that, we basically, what we did previously to the anvil where we just added those 2 rows, you basically want to do the exact same thing, just to our ever so slightly smaller rectangular shape on top. So you want to have something which should look like that, just those 2 rows at the front and the back. Once you have that, this is what you want to do next. So can you guys remember what we essentially just did where we traced around the empty shape? Well, I have some excellent news for you. We're doing the exact same thing again, just again on a smaller scale. We're doing the exact same thing that we've just done, creating an even smaller rectangular shape just above the empty space at the top of the anvil, like this. And once you have this smallest rectangle yet, you now want to add 5 additional layers on top of it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm now going to just add in all of these rows, which will take a little while since there are 5 of them and they're kind of awkwardly placed, but I'm going to do my best to do this quickly. And once I've added these 5 rows, we can actually do the top portion of the of the anvil, and that's probably the easiest part. This is the difficult part, if you guys want to call this difficult. It's actually a very easy build, the anvil. It's just a little tricky to explain is all, so I'm just going to finish this part off. So what you want to end up with is something that should look a little like this. And once you've reached this point right here, this is what you want to do next. So you're on the front of your anvil again, you're starting from the top left hand corner of what you've just made, so this block right here, and you want to take this block and you want to extend it towards you by 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. You then want to go left of this third block by 4, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you've made that shape, you then want to do the exact same thing on the back of the anvil. So starting from this equivalent block, you want to extend it out of the back of the anvil by 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you want to extend it to the right, going that way by 4, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. You then want to connect that fourth block and the front fourth block together to give you this shape. Right here, if you look this way, it kind of looks like a hammer, or a T shape. Now once you've done this on the left hand side of your anvil, you want to do the exact same thing on the right hand side. So starting from this top right hand corner block now, towards you by 3, 1, 2, 3, right by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, come to the back, this corner block, 1, 2, 3, left by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You then want to connect each one of those fourth blocks together like this, and what you want to end up with is something that should look exactly like this. And this is kind of like an 8 shape, or an I just blew your mind. And what you now want to do is just connect one side of the anvil all the way over to the other side. So you want to end up with something that should look exactly like this. That's looking a little technical. That looks kind of cool actually. Once you form that shape, this is what you want to do now. So we now want to take each one of the 4 corners at the top of our anvil and we want to extend them up each by 5. So this corner first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we now just want to connect each one of those 5th blocks together, just going all the way around the top of our anvil. And once we've connected these blocks together, top block to top block, like I'm doing now, all we have to do to finish off our build is just completely fill in our anvil. So I'm now just going to fill in this bottom portion first, whilst it's still easy to get at. So I'm just filling in the parts that we'd actually be able to see from outside of the anvil. So these side parts, these front parts, these back parts. I don't have to fill in this center part here, because that's not going to be viewable, but all of the others I will. These 2 side parts, there we go. And now all I have to do is the front, the back, the left, the right, the top, all of that. So once you've reached this point right here, as I've already said, we now just want to completely fill in each side of the anvil. So I'm just going to do that as I am now. Got a really weird taste in my mouth, I don't know what that is. I had a bagel this morning. Oh god, that is weird. Ah. Well, I thought that I'd share that with you guys for the recording. I know that you guys don't have any sort of interest in me whatsoever, but I thought I'd share that with you, because why not? So we've just got a what am I doing? We've just got a couple more sides to fill in now. We've just got this right hand side of the anvil, I believe. Yeah, this is the right hand side. Then we've just got the top to fill in, and then we're done. And then we will have a look at our anvil, and I'll see whether I like this one better than my original. But to tell you guys the truth, I think that I'm already liking this just a little bit better than my original anvil that I made out of dark grey wool. I might even show you guys the original as well. But I think I definitely do like this clay one a little bit better than my dark grey wool one. But we'll see. We'll see, won't we, once we have each of them side by side. I'm not going to do a side by side, although I might. So this is what your anvil wants to look like once it's been 100% fully completed. And I've got to tell you, as simple as it is, it does look pretty good in the clay. I quite like it. looks a little bit more realistic made out of clay than it does dark grey wool. So as I said, this is exactly what you want to have once it's been completely finished. And you know what, guys, I don't usually do this, but I'm going to go away and I'm going to make another anvil directly to the right of this one that's made out of dark grey wool, so you guys can see them side by side, so you guys can see which one you might like more. So I'll be back in just a second once I've made the wool one as well. Alright guys, so as I said, I've quickly made another anvil out of dark grey wool so that you guys can see each of them. Like I said, my first original one was dark grey wool, just like the one that I've made right here, and I've got to tell you, out of the two, I do prefer the clay, and I think that the only reason is, I don't know why, but with clay you just get a smoother texture, and with the wool, you know, whilst it is pretty good, you do kind of still see that weird pattern that wool kind of leaves. Not that clay doesn't do it as well, but I don't know, I think I just like the clay one better. I do. But of course, if you wanted to make both of them, or if you wanted to make your decision now, maybe you like the wool one better, that's completely up to you. I do think, though, that the dark grey wool is a better colour matcher, because the anvil is ever so slightly darker, but of course, that's your choice, as is everything. Yeah, if you take a look at it there, the one on the left is obviously a better colour match, so obviously, up to you, whichever one you would like to make. So, hopefully you guys had no problem following this, hopefully you have your very own anvil, it's what you've always wanted. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.